Alright, here for another Pauper video. I had recorded a previous league as well as a challenge this Sunday, but the videos didn't save properly. Um, so instead we're just doing another league rather than trying to recover them and all that. I don't want to mess with it. I'd rather just play more Magic instead. So made some changes to Tron that I am testing out. I think it's going to be great in this current metagame. Future I might go back on it, but right now with the metagame what it is, I think I'm really happy with it. So what we've done is we've cut 2 Foundry Inspectors from the main deck as well as 1 Chromatic Sphere for +1 crop rotation, Weather the Storm, and Fangor Marauder, and swapped out 2 of the islands in the mana base for 2 forests. The reason for this is that the format's really fast right now, it's full of burn. Foundry Inspectors aren't that great. It's kind of hard to get them going. Foundry Inspector a lot of the time was in the main deck for 2 reasons. One, it lets you combo kill Jace's Erasure on that turn, making sure you're not exposing it to any random hate or anything, giving your opponent less chances to fight over your stuff as well, because they have to do it on that one turn rather than being able to do it over multiple turns. As well as just adding speed, it's great with a Frantic Salvage, Weather the Storm stack to really go off and generate a ton of storm, or just churn through your deck faster than usual. Right now it's not really about that. Right now it's about the first 4 turns of the game, not dying. So we have shored that up by a lot. Get Tron faster to Storm faster, or Fangren faster, while having more card copies of them to draw them earlier. So currently I don't have a combo kill or infinite combo kill. We have Jace's Erasure and Conjurer's Bauble still, which translates into 1 mana, 1 card from my opponent's deck. With Conjurer's Bauble and Tron, that's still like 14 to 20 cards a turn. Pretty good. Plus, we can always play it early and mill them out like that if I don't think they have any answers to it. Sideboard, I do still have that Foundry Inspector in here, just for those combo matchups where I want to go for it quicker. And then nothing too crazy else. I just cut the 1 weather from the sideboard for the Foundry Inspector, moved it to main deck. I did play 1 league with this already. It's one of the videos where my opponent had gone AFK for a bit and I stopped recording, and then I started again, and they didn't combine properly, and I lost like 2 matches that league, so I just decided I'd record another. I did 3-2 that league, destroyed Affinity twice, always a free matchup. Beat, gosh, what was even the other one? I don't even remember. Right, Monstertron, and then lost to Elves, which is a pretty bad matchup, especially when they drew as well as the opponent did that match, as well as a this is the one I'm kind of upset isn't on camera. It was this really sick mono black Cull the Weak Monarch deck. They play a 1-drop on turn 1 that when it dies create a treasure, Cull the Weak it, and play a turn 2 initiative and or monarch creature. And we lost to it because they have access to a bunch of graveyard hate, Mesmeric Fiend, the black discard with Void, as well as the green changeling guy to exile all my artifacts. So my opponents weren't safe in my hand and they weren't safe on the battlefield, so they just destroyed all of my win cons. Is this Poison Storm? Can I beat Poison Storm ever? I think the answer might be no. I think I'm just gonna do this. I guess I could have played the Forest and then played Fangren. Cycle here. Life gain does nothing against them. I think I've got better chances of drawing my entire deck than attacking them with Fangren, though. I don't know. This matchup feels pretty bad. Oh, this is not Poison Storm, which means I need to start gaining life instead. Unless I'm just dead right here, which I don't know. Maybe I am. This one feels a little bit more winnable than Poison Storm, though, because you can gain life, hold up Weather the Storm or something. This is red or green, so Stormscape is reduced if he wants to play it out. Did he learn for abandoned attachments? Yeah, seems reasonable. I mean, double fingered's not bad. I wouldn't say it's good right now, though. It's like, I've got 0 artifacts to sacrifice. Just gonna F6, I don't care. My opponent has it, they have it. Eclipse Impossible is top 3. Huh, okay. Yeah, he's got mana. Going off. Alright, alright. Another glimpse. Probably dead here. I need to try this deck out at some point. I think it's probably pretty great. Didn't play the F-Dock for these, which is a little weird. Big score, alright. Weather the Storm obviously seems great here. Cool. Did he get any blue discounts? I guess not, but he's got enough mana that it's fine. Ooh, I do gain off of the treasure tokens, so that's nice. A little bit harder to kill me. Because their kill is like make dude with power equal to spells in graveyard and exile or something. There's another glimpse. There's no way he whiffs here, right? I'm guaranteed dead. What it feels like. Oh, he even has access to Firebending Lesson. Yeah, that makes sense that you have some removal in here. I've never actually seen this deck in action, so I'm studying. Burning Curiosity. Here. There it is. How does it work? It has flashback too. Alright, we're dead. I'll let him attack us. Yeah, if we have Weather the Storm, it feels like he can't really kill us anytime soon. So that's nice. I guess if you have 2 copies of it, you can still kill through it. We'll let him hit us for 62. That's awesome. What a cool deck. Alright. Dead. Definitely don't need Jace's Erasure. Relic doesn't do a whole lot. I think I do want the discard though. Probably want Scattershot and Weather. I don't know what to cut though. Probably too deep analysis, and then like maybe Fingering as well. I don't know if I really need Fingering. Then cut. I guess I still want the forest. I don't need the swamp. I should have kept in one fingered. I technically have 0 ways to kill my opponent right now. Let's not tell our opponent that. Oops. I really need Tron. That's a bottom. Play the other trail. Pretty terrible way to do it. But it's better than nothing. Alright. Feel like I'm losing. Double Thornscape, yeah, okay. He's probably just gonna kill me turn 4 with Storm again. Might even just kill me here. No, okay. I think I just developed these and just hope he doesn't kill me super early. I don't know what else I can do. Just go off, man, I guess. Do whatever you want. Seems like a great matchup for them. Alright, he's got the triple cost reduction. It just depends how much stuff he has. I mean, big score already here, so he's looking pretty good. There's the F-Dock for Firebending Lesson. That's not good for me. That means he's probably just got a kill already. His hand's insane. Sure. He goes after my Conjurer's Bauble, we can, okay, never mind. He's just big scoring it on F6. Or re-F6. Probably grabs a card draw here. Yep. I was just too slow to find Tron this game. I thought it'd be pretty good. I mean, I had the crop rotation double candy trail, so odds were in my favor. $19.19, yeah, he's got me. Alright. Turn 4 kill. Ooh, I mean, he had the flashback still. We would have been fine if I had hit Tron properly instead of having to do that weird map bullshit. Because I could have weathered and then I can get a decent going from there. I don't know if I boarded right though. Cutting the fangirls probably was not correct. Affinated polygon. Here we are. I mean, you keep these. You keep these. Got map, it's got candy trail. On the play, you don't keep these, but on the draw, you keep them every time. It's burn. Yeah. Yeah. We are drawing to a 16 of, so get to see a decent amount of cards. And if we don't hit it, we get to lose the game of Magic. What the hell? Tron's so good, man. Look at that. Not sure what happened. I don't know how I want to board. All these seem great. Probably don't want Bonder's Ornament. Don't really need Erasure, do I? Just do that. Kill the Fangrins. He didn't know I kept a one-lander on the draw and didn't see it in 4 cards. That Storm matchup seems pretty bad for us, though. Seems a bit more fragile, but sure is a lot faster and stronger when it gets going than we are. Yeah, we keep these. It's got Scattershot, which is pretty decent, even without Tron. It's got the Candy Trail to potentially find it. Whoa, this is the black-red build. Ooh. We're gonna star, because if he has access to Smash the Smithereens, I still draw a card. If I just play Candy Trail and it gets destroyed, I cry, I guess. There we go. Our opponent's got a good start. I mean, I technically could draw it, Candy Trail this turn if I had it, but instead I get to pass the turn and potentially weather, or I can wait till next turn and still get a pretty good weather. I think best case scenario is he just taps out for Gutter Snipe here. I untap Star Trail, Scattershot both your dudes, and then gain 12 life or something like that. This works too. I think it's better for me to wait on this Chromatic Star. This is 9 life versus 12 life I'm going to be gaining. We're going to lose both our stars here, but that's still worth it, I think. Kill the Imp well, then Weather the Storm for 12 life. Have Double Fangren follow up. Seems pretty decent. I think the mono red version of Madness is just the better deck. I don't think the black red is very good anymore. I guess it's a bit stronger into Hydro Blast, but The deck seems weaker than mono red by quite a bit. I suppose when you have this, it's one of your strongest draws you could possibly have. I think we're going to beat it anyways, but our opponent's kind of cooking. I'm just going to conduit pylon. I forgot to cut deep analysis. That's what I forgot. I think it's still probably fine. If he removes this, it's fine because I've got a follow-up Marauder. That's why I'm kind of okay with playing it naked. If he double bolts it, it gains 6 life, and then I can untap and gain another 10 off the second Marauder in my hand. Whoa. Alright. Zero Madness discards there. 3. What's this? Highway robbery sacrificing a land? Oh, grab the prize. Okay. I guess Vampire's Kiss is pretty bad into Fangren. That means he's probably not killing it if he's not playing them. What if this deck is better into the mirror and that's why he's playing it? Fangren number 2. Probably GG. Yep. I totally forgot to hide this. You guys can see me checking Discord. Oh no. That's fine. There's nothing that I care about you guys seeing on there. Yeah, I guess Black Red Burn probably is better into the Burn Mirror these days. Yeah, we keep. Double map's a little slow, but probably fine. That's a lot better. Forced Go. What could that possibly be? There's no way it's land destruction, is it? It wouldn't be so slow. Guess let's start cracking these for blue. Nice. I think I'm going to respect this being land destruction with a really weird draw and play out the map this turn. And then next turn we can get a pretty big storm. Oh my god, it is land destruction. Why would you keep a hand that does something for nothing for so long? I mean, sure, I guess. Let's get a little bit of a storm here. Bottom, top, boom. Boom. Green. And then we just cast it like this to hold up an expedition map in case he has acid moss. And if he doesn't, I can just crack spare supplies or candy trail for a card. Sure. I like to crack the spare supplies because I think it's a little bit better. Let's start with a compulsive. Get a tower now that we have crop rotation in. Pretty safe to do stuff like that. And then play the other compulsive here. Draw more cards. Just looking for a big Fangren turn. Candy trail. Top. Bottom. Draw a card. Pirate's his best draw here. That's definitely not a pirate. This is a really weak draw from our opponent. I'm not sure what they were doing keeping it. I'm not going to complain, but really they could have kept something a little bit better, right? Yeah, I'll play this out early. Can't answer it. Field. Get all my stuff going. Bottom. Don't need the second ornament anymore. Grab you. Green. Expedition map. I think it's safe to go for more towers at this point in time. Actually, let's just go for the mine to make ourselves immune to more. Get the other power plant here. And then draw some cards. Conjures Bauble, this is the first one, so it can hit a compulsive, get more card draw on our deck. Then we just weather the storm for 30 life. Seems good. What is this? Reinforce 2, scavenge. Sure. That's what you want to do with your turn. I'm okay with that. I don't think he can kill me, especially because we still have 3 Fangren Marauders in our deck somewhere. That's what he's doing with this turn. More than happy. What is this? Hydra? Gotta be Hydra. Yeah. Alright. It's a bit better. We still have the second weather here, so I'm not too concerned. Let's start with getting the Cycle Land. Yeah. It's pretty good. Draw 2. There he is. Don't really want to play him this turn. I think I might just go Ornament. Star. Blue. Deep Analyze. Conjures Bauble. Weather number 2. Gain a bunch of life. Could protect me from any top decks. And then I can develop Fangrens next turn. Oh, this is just, I don't know if they're on any land destruction. It might just be ramp. It's really odd that he kept a hand with 0 wild growth or anything of that sort. 18, 28 damage, sure. Block all that. Fangren. Finally drew them. Took me 5 business days. They always seem to be in the bottom of my deck. Why is it always yes? Please. There we go. Gain a bunch of life. Continue gaining a bunch of life. I don't think I've hit my land drop yet, so let's get that 4th tower. Then we can probably just set up spare supplies, I guess, to draw an extra card next turn. I don't have the Infinite anymore, so I actually got to make it another turn after this as well, so I need to set up properly. So that's what, 12 plus another 8, 20 cards. Our opponent only has, gonna have 26, so need to wait a little bit longer. Sure. Once we do empty our deck, it's pretty quick though. I don't know if this deck is good if you're not running any land destruction. What's this? Another Hydra. Okay. Why do you keep up green green? Reinforce? I mean, I'm never blocking anyways, so... Ran through! They do run removal. Okay. I've been had, I guess. We still have one more Fangren somewhere. I don't think I've got any lands left. Let's find out just in case. Oh, I do have I've got multiple lands left. That I want on top. And then we can analyze or compulsive. Hit that last land. Nice. Pretty crazy. It's actually in the bottom 4 cards of my deck, Fangren. I don't need that. Or that yet. Will it be the last card or second to last? Ooh, last card in the deck. Look at that. Alright, that's fine. Fangren. And then we can kill next turn. I'm not too worried about dying here. Cool. Scattershot seems a little rough to get off. Foundry Inspector seems pretty worthwhile. One Ancient the Grudge for the relics. Ram through is pretty good. Mildly concerning. I don't think it's enough to be horrified of. Do I want to bring in anything? Oh, I gotta cut one still. Oh, the storm does seem like the worst. I feel like that's a not fine number though of 3/3. Might be an ornament. I don't think I cut the second ornament. One is still fine. If I do, it's probably for temporal intervention. This should be okay. I don't think I need the 4th weather. I think 3 weather's fine. I just need enough to make sure I'm hitting my Fangrens and going off properly. Maximize that. That is definitely not a keep. No ways to scry. That's a mulligan. What is going on this league? Our opponent mulligan to 4. and conceded. And I was on a Mulda 5. I don't know. I feel like Mulda 4 versus your opponent's Mulda 5. I don't know if I'd concede. They'll take it. I'm still thinking about that Storm match. I guess if I had the read that he wasn't Poison Storm and was instead Ruby Storm, I could have held up Weather game 1 and bought a turn and potentially gotten there, but even then, I don't know. And then game 2, I technically boarded wrong, but ultimately it didn't matter with how I drew because we got a little unlucky with finding Tron in time. Turn 1 Mountain Go. Ooh, that's a really nice draw. Okay. Bolt me. Ooh. An opponent missing their land drop. And it's burned, so they can operate without it. We're gonna ornament and probably just draw off the ornament. He bolts me in step, I might weather for 9 life. Yeah, I'll weather. Nah, a card's better, a card's better. We can weather for more later, we can weather for more later. I'm not under pressure. If my opponent had been hitting their land drops, I probably would 100% of the time. But because they're not, this feels pretty safe. Where's my spells, bro? I think I'd just pass and try and draw again off of ornament while we can. Thankfully, our opponent's stumbling about as much as we are here. Because, man, if they had a good draw, I'd be dead. Bring in the extra weather, cut the Jace's erasure. Bring in Grudge. Nicest ornament was that game, and they bring in Cast into Fire and stuff post board. I'm not interested in it. Probably Scattershot. I think I actually kind of like analysis still, just because we bring in so much life gain, we need to keep the wheels turning. No thank you. Pretty bad hand, even if it had a Tron. There we go. What do we get rid of? Power Plant Bauble. This is the kind of game where if our opponent has turn 2 Smash to Smithereens, we lose. I can't really play around it either. I just gotta hope they don't have it. Our opponent did mulligan to 5, which is worth noting. Excellent. What a league. This might be the fastest one I've ever had. At least we got a really cool round 1. I lost it, but seeing a deck go off like that, kind of a treat. I'll have to do a video on it one day. Definitely a mulligan. Okay. Let's get rid of an ornament. We don't need double. All need gardens. Sure. If I remember right, this matchup is extremely free for us. They don't have a whole lot that actually pressures your life total. Bottom. Do I want to put compulsive on top? I think I do. Turn 2 will just crack trail, and turn 3 I might compulsive. Yeah, they've got spell bombs, which are a little spooky, and campfire. Game 1 might be a little hard if they have all of this, but ultimately it's still pretty winnable. We're hoping to draw Jace's Erasure sooner rather than later to help push through all of their hate. Because I don't have the Infinite Game 1. Might also just be easier to win with Fangor Marauders. We'll see. I don't know. Sure. There we go. Even better. I think that's the line. Rather than just going for ornament crop rotation here. I'd like to keep this island. Impulsive. Discard a land. Ornament. Pass the turn. Sure, man. Ooh. I love that for me. Put a stop on his end step. Cycle this remote isle. Just gonna hard cast something. 5-drop. Yeah, Hunter. There's his pressure. I mean, we've probably got snuff out for the Marauder, so I do have to be careful. I want to set it up a little bit better. Potentially just get a storm turn here. Yeah, let's go Conduit Pylon. That on the stack. Let's crop rotate for a forest. Put that in their yard for sure. Gain some life and then draw a card off Bonder's Ornament. Seems pretty decent. And I'm just gonna do this all because I know I'm not doing anything else, so. There's Crypt Rats, sure. Start with compulsive. I don't really want to just do 2 artifact sacrifice here. Grab a tower first. Go map. Crack it again. Or the other forest to discard. Spare supplies and pass. The next turn I can go for Fangren. They're getting a little low. I am mildly concerned purely because I don't have the Infinite and I'm worried about him having enough hate because we got to go through 2 campfires. Time is going to be rough. He does have a lot of random graveyard hate. It could get bad for us if I don't draw particularly well. Bending Darkness, yeah. I put that in the graveyard too. Let's play these out. Fangor Marauder. Spare supplies. And I think I bobble the Fangren back. I think it's pretty valuable here. Candy Trail, map, weather. Still no Jace's Erasure. I think this turn I'm just going to draw cards and set up a better Fangren. I'm going to grab another tower. Just want more mana in general. Salvage and weather, they can both go on bottom right now. Bobble Marauder 3. I don't think I want Marauder 3 right now. I'll take a bobble though. I'll just crack a trail, play it out. Okay with cracking multiple trails here. Our life total is pretty good at this point. Ornament. That's 8 damage. I can kill both his creatures. Perfect. Unexpected Fangs. Ah, Viscerator's Insight. That works too. Now my biggest threat is the number of copies of Spellbomb he runs. First Marauder. Okay. That's unlucky. Alright. Probably on 4 copies of Spellbomb, which is concerning. Yeah, there's another. Kinda dig him going for it aggressively. I like the line. It's gonna make it harder for me to stack my deck with a my white spell. He drew double campfire. Are you serious, man? Alright. We're in for the long. I might just lose because I don't have the infinite. There's the erasure on the bottom of my deck, just about. Oop. What I wanted. Double Fangren. He has snuff? Yeah, he does. Ain't no point in stacking both of. Targets always yield. Crack the supply. I'll put Fangren back in, yeah. think I'm in it for the long haul. I'll just stop there. I don't want to crack the map. I actually want to keep it in case he does exile enough of my library. I need to have it as a card that doesn't draw a card, so that I can set up my deck properly with Frantic Salvage. Sure. We're at 75, so. Sure. You want to tap the last 2 mana so I can potentially deck you? I might not be able to. Smart, I'll keep it up and we're in for the long call. We're gonna try and power through both campfires. We'll see how it goes. If we had the Infinite, this would be a pretty easy kill from my position right now. Unfortunately, we don't, so here we are. Yep. We go again. And I've got, what, 12, 22, 28, 29 mana, so I can do this every other turn, more or less. More pressure isn't going to matter. Right now, I'm really only scared of how much graveyard he has, which if he triggers Archives more, I guess is a lot. Huh. Alright, man. I'll deck the Spell Bomb, sure. Probably. I just don't see how I'm winning if he's already got the Spell Bomb and I gotta go through this so many more times. Tried to tempt him there, it didn't work. We're gonna do it properly. Goes for this. If I let him exile it, I can't. No, I can still survive. So it gets fizzled here. We do this. Do crack map. Okay. Put both on top of my deck. Now if he has any more graveyard hate at any point in my sequencing, I am just dead. There's nothing I can do about it. We have reached the maximum amount of hate we can fight it through. Which he does have a lot of. He has one more Bojuka Bog and like a couple more spell bombs. Still gotta fight through one more campfire. I can't say I like my odds very much. So he's got 2 spell bombs I've seen. I don't know if he's on more. And then one more Bojuka Bog. So I guess maybe it's not that many. And he just got really lucky with that last trip. So maybe I've got a chance. He conceded. Wow. He still had another campfire. Alright. They're gonna have so much anti-stuff for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut most of these. Actually, I probably just want 2 weather. Grudge for sure. Temporal Intervention for sure. Foundry Inspector for sure. I don't need Relic. Really a question of how much Duress first Graveyard Hate I want. I think this is probably fine to kill with. Bring in 1 scatter shot. I mean, that's Tron, so yeah. That's a lot of maps. I'm just gonna set up our card draw here. There's Fangren, that's pretty solid, pretty solid. What's the blue mana for? I think end step I'm just gonna map for the Psycho land. And then get a low value Fangren maybe? Thank you Magic Online for letting me know. Yeah, that's still a 10 life Fangren. Got another map if I need Conduit Pylon, so yeah, sure. I'm in no rush to shoot this Temporal Intervention out. He has a initiative here, then we're under pressure, but beyond that we're not. Okay, he's under rest, so maybe I guess I do fire off Temporal Intervention more aggressively. Which means... trouble. I need to board in more win cons is what that means. That's a decent draw. I'm gonna play the map out, and I think I'm just fingering double artifact sacrifice here. Conduit Pylons and crack spare supplies. F6. That's a lot of lands, man. Sure, dress away. 1 for 1 here. I think down to 2 duresses is probably pretty okay. There's the initiative. I keep my Fangren. Not what I wanted to see. I will take that though. But basically we want to draw Jace's Erasure as late as possible. Get our last tower. Scattershot compulsive. Okay. I'll put both on top. Probably want a bunch of mana next turn. He has Duress 3, he has Duress 3. Good chance I can kill his board with this next turn. We're at 55, which is pretty solid. Duress number 3. Yeah, okay, you got me, I guess. 3, your best card. Goes for the Scattershot, which is really nice. He's afraid of me stealing the initiative. That puts us in a solid position, because it means I can keep comboing off, and ultimately it's not that big of a deal that I didn't steal it. He's down 3 out of 4 duresses as well, which is a pretty awesome sign for me. That means that I'm likely able to hold on to my Jace's Erasure. It's very unlikely he has the 4th. Fog is fine. I lose Temporal Intervention, which kind of sucks, but beyond that, I'm okay with this. Yeah, we'll just take 7 here. I'm gonna eat one of his plant tokens because it's free. There's Erasure, but like I said, I want to hold on to it. Ideally, what we can hit is a Conjurer's Bauble so that if he does discard it, I can protect it. We're gonna play out the other Fangren here. There we go. If he couldn't answer the first, he probably couldn't answer the second. So he might have to hold back his Hunter now. He might have Defiles, which he's almost at enough swamps for. Needs one more. -4 right now. Pass down works as well. Sure. Here's the other bog. I only have the one scatter shot, so I can't kill these plant tokens ever. Expedition map, pick up probably a colored land at this point. An island. I'm gonna Urza's Mine away the Urza's Mine. Urza's Mine the for an Urza's Mine, I suppose is what I meant. Then my deck a little bit. We are gonna have to fight through all of his removal for this, but that's probably still fine. I feel pretty comfortable with winning this game right now. Bottom, top. The more Conjurer's Baubles I have, the safer I am. Candy Trail, sure. Double Compulsive, love to see it. Alright, draw them. Should be able to start presenting lethal as soon as next turn. I almost want my opponent to start defiling my Fangren Marauder so that I can develop my Boundary Inspector a bit safer, but here we are. There you go. Oh, he's just double defiling it. Huge for us. Don't need the life anymore, so. There's your bog. Sure. Nothing there we care about. Campfire does not matter anymore. We beat Campfire. Ideally, I can combo off this turn with how low mana he is. Be nice. Let's develop the island. Discard power plant. How many power plants are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Another Urza's Mine still? Let's go get it. There's also still forest, okay. There's the forest, so we can draw it with Compulsive and discard it. Okay. Go Sphere for blue. Actually, I'm gonna put the Fear in him, and I'm gonna go for an Ancient Grudge here on his Campfire. See if we can't get him to slip up and go for the sack. Wonderful. There's Inspector, pretty huge here. If he doesn't have the removal for the Inspector, we win on the spot. If he does, I think I've got to wait a turn. Nice. Oh. That's GG. Solid 4-1. I think we would have lost that game 1 if we kept playing it out. I guess it wasn't guaranteed. He would have to draw on his 3 of, and the next like 1 or 2 card draws turns. But solid stuff. 5-0 still eludes us, and I always tend to run into at least one bad matchup, like a Storm deck in this case. Weird league, very fast league, fun league though. I'm gonna try to play some challenges this week. I don't have any guarantees. They're all at really awkward hours for me, so it's really hard for me to make them. I always have either work that day or it's like right before. If it goes long, it hits into my afternoon commitments, stuff like that. So I wish I could play more, but it's really hard. It's really hard to find room for them. Hoping to play one this week though. See you guys next time.